morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Everyday God. And today we will be continuing our devotional into the book of Mark. And our passage is actually found in chapter 5, verses 25 to 28. And it goes, "And the woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had. Yet, instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloak, because she thought, 'If I just touch his clothes, I will be healed.'" Blessed be the reading of God's word. So, this story captures a moment of profound faith and healing. So imagine the scene again. A woman suffering for 12 long years and seeking healing from various sources or mga doktor, and yet finding no relief, walang lunas, and she must have felt desperate, exhausted, and drained, lalo na physically, emotionally, even financially. Simply to say, ginawa mo na lahat, pero parang kahit anong gawin mo, walang magandang outcome. Has this ever happened to you? But if we look at verse 27, in the midst of this woman's despair, she actually hears about Jesus. And what was the first thing that she did? So, in this moment, she knew it was her one last hope. And it's the thing that she does is just very simple. She draws near to Jesus. And her story is actually a reminder of the power of faith in the face of challenges that are seemingly too impossible to overcome. And she didn't approach Jesus with a grand speech or an elaborate prayer. Instead, she quietly just pressed through the crowd and naniniwala na mahawakan niya lang yung hem ng garment ni Jesus, it would bring healing sa kanya. And her faith was not in her ability to articulate yung mga perfect words or understanding yung complex theology. It was simple as its faith, its profound trust that Jesus held the power to heal, and a touch from him could change everything. Faith is an amazing gift that God has given to us. Now, let's consider our own lives. How often do we find ourselves burdened by challenges? Searching for solutions sa sarili nating kakayahan, or nagre-rely ba tayo sa worldly wisdom? The woman with the issue of the blood teaches us that sometimes all it takes is a touch of faith. In moments of despair, we can turn to Jesus. His love, His grace, healing power are available to us, and we don't need a grand gesture. It's just a sincere reach towards Him that can transform our circumstances. And let's reflect sa mga areas ng buhay natin that where we may need healing. It can be physical, it can be emotional, or lalo spiritual. And are we willing to approach Jesus with the same unwavering faith as the woman in the story? Can you trust that His touch has the power to bring restoration? Like the bleeding woman, let's not hesitate in inviting Jesus into our struggles and trusting that, like her, we too can be healed by our belief in Him. That's all for today. Thank you and God bless.